Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm back here again with another video here on Zach's Game Talk. Now, I want to bring you a video about, in my opinion, some of the most underrated games of all time. And this will not be in any particular order, so just keep that in mind. So first game I think I'm going to jump to is Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, Call of Duty Ghosts, every time I think of a Call of Duty game that's underrated, this is the first one that comes to my mind because, wow, it really is an underrated game. I feel like this game is overhated a lot. I feel like this game is overlooked and pretty much unappreciated. And, you know, I'm glad I appreciated this game back when it did come out because I've liked this game from the get-go pretty much. Well, I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say that because I did have a few problems with the multiplayer when I first played it, but I think it's just something to get used to, and I think that's what a lot of people didn't like. And if you really look at Call of Duty Ghosts, all it really is Modern Warfare 4. I mean, if you really think about it, and if you look at it with that mindset, you might appreciate it more. And you also might realize, wow, you know, I never knew what I missed out on, you know? Because Call of Duty Ghosts, you know, if you really look at it objectively, it is a great game. I mean, sure, the maps are big, you know, and, you know, it's easier, you know, to get, you know, taken down in multiplayer, you know, and all that. But if you really play it and really, you know, enjoy it for what it is, you realize that it's not that bad of a game. And can we talk about the campaign for a minute? I feel like Call of Duty Ghosts has one of the best campaigns in the franchise. I mean, you know, minus the cliffhanger, of course, you know, because we never got a sequel. But the campaign on its own, I gotta say, is good. It's definitely a very good campaign. Definitely. And so another game that I feel like is underrated is Halo Reach. Now, I felt like, I don't know if I were to go through with this, you know, opinion before, because Halo Reach used to be very popular back in the day. But if we're talking about now, Halo Reach is definitely underrated. You know, just because, where's Master Chief? Master Chief's not in it. But that's because it's a prequel, and, you know, it was before, you know, Master Chief took off on the Pillar of Autumn. Now, he was in one cutscene in this game. But you know, it's like one scene, and Halo Reach is a game I feel like is overlooked a lot of times. And I know some people might point at the campaign and say, well, the campaign wasn't really that great. And that might be true. I will agree. I may agree that it's not one of the best Halo campaigns, but I think it's still decent. And the real thing that really, I think, makes Halo Reach a great game is the multiplayer. In my personal opinion, Halo Reach had the best multiplayer in any Halo game. I mean, the custom maps and the, you know, the weapons, you know, and just, you know, the enjoyment and, you know, ranking up and even Forge mode. I loved everything about pretty much about Halo Reach's Online. And I feel like this Halo Reach's Online is very unappreciated, and, you know, it's and I feel like, in my opinion, that's what really makes this game underrated. So next game I have up is Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now, I'm really surprised that this game isn't getting the recognition that it's getting, because I do like this game. Sure, the missions might be boring and mediocre, but the free roam, man, the free roam is where it's at. I mean, the world in this game is huge. It's one of the hugest worlds I've ever played in an open world game, and I think it's a very good game if you really you know, free roam and just play missions on your own. You know, you don't have to play, you know, the actual missions. You can do your own missions, which is one of the things I really like about this game. And I feel like Ghost Recon Wildlands is very unappreciated. And yeah, I mean, I may agree that it can get boring once in a while, but I do like the free roam. The free roam, it's very good. Another game I have up on this list is, well, I'm going to kind of cheat on this one a little bit and say the Dishonored franchise. Now, I'm talking about Dishonored 1 and 2. Now, I've never played Death of the Outsider, but I believe that just might be an expansion to the second one. But yeah, Dishonored 1 and 2, how are these games not as popular as, you know, Fortnite, pretty much? You know, I really like Dishonored. I feel like one of the reasons why it's really underrated and unappreciated is because stealth games aren't really that popular. And Dishonored is more of a stealth game. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why it's really unappreciated. But the combat system and, you know, just the story and, you know, not just with the first one, but the second one too. Both these games are very good. The second one I felt like had a better ending though. Well, actually, I don't know. Both these games had good endings. And I just feel like these are two very underrated games. And if you haven't played them yet, I definitely recommend them. And another game I have up on my list is Mafia 2. Now, I've never played the original Mafia, and I've never played Mafia 3, but I have played through Mafia 2. Mafia 2 is a great game, very underrated, and I don't know how this game isn't really getting the recognition that it's getting, because I do think it all in all is just a great game, you know. I think fans of GTA might like this one. Now, it is a little more old school because it takes place in like the 1950s, 40s era. And I think it's a great game. It's very enjoyable. This is actually one I've been playing recently, and I've been enjoying every second of it. And I'm gonna jump to one more game, and that last game would be Quantum Break. Quantum Break, man. I'm really surprised that this game isn't getting the recognition that it's getting, because this is a very good game. You know, if you're into time travel games, this is definitely one for you. It's got a very cool story. It's a very good storyline. Now, one thing to keep in mind too, it is an Xbox One exclusive. So if you have an Xbox One and you don't have this game yet, you need to go pick it up. Seriously. It's definitely a great one. So that is my list of some of the most underrated games in my opinion. So thanks so much for watching. I want to hear what you guys think. Do you guys agree with my list? And what are some games do you think are underrated? Please let me know. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. Take care.